Higurashi is a franchise that I would say is pretty well known. There's an anime of it, mangas of it, there's gacha games for it, a whole load of stuff. And while the anime is the probably most popular thing and what most people talk about, its origins were, you guessed it, or maybe you didn't, depending how much you know, is visual novels. And I wouldn't say visual novels is a niche genre, but it's not everyone's cup of tea, let's put it that way. A lot of people would prefer an anime over a visual novel. However, I was unlike that type of person, and when I was searching up, should I watch the anime or the visual novel, I got a good conclusion of play the visual novel first. So that is what I did, and that was a good idea because it was a great visual novel. But there was something that struck strange with me when I played it, and that was the ending. But don't worry, there's no spoilers that are going to be had here. But for me, the ending was weird because unlike other visual novels I've played, like Wonderful Everyday and just recently Euphoria, Higurashi's ending didn't feel like a grand ending. Yes, it was emotional and it did make me cry and it was a good conclusion, but it didn't make me feel as many things as those other two endings were. And I was trying to think why. I was like, the game's not bad, the visual novel. It's not bad at all. It's an amazing visual novel. So why does it feel slightly less lackluster than the rest that I played? I thought maybe it's because it was so long, I couldn't remember some of the older stuff that happened. But then I realised something. It's got a whole different point to the other visual novels I've played. For example, Wonderful Everyday or Euphoria makes you think philosophically. It makes you think about different questions, and it doesn't give you an answer at the end. You get a conclusion, but there's still millions of other unanswered questions that you want to figure out. Higurashi, on the other hand, tells you everything. Once you get to the final chapter, it tells you everything. It tells you all the connections, everything. And although, to begin with, it's confusing in the first question chapters, you figure it out all in the end. And that difference made me realise something else. Higurashi isn't about thinking about everything and all the different connections. It may have been in the question arc, but once you've finished all the chapters, it's not about that. It's about the personalities and relationships and the story you go through and the journey, you might say, that you go through with the characters. Like, each character in Higurashi has their own personality, their own purpose, and they're so lively that you, as a reader or player, however you want to say whatever a visual novel is, you know, reading or playing, basically the same thing it is. But you as a reader love these characters and you want to almost spend time with them as actual people. They all have built up full personalities with no fakeness behind them. For example, you have Sadako's famous laugh, or you have Rena's wanting to take people home all the time, or you have Rika's, little nippa. That was awful, but I'm keeping it in. But so then I realised that I was thinking about this visual novel wrong the whole time, in a sense. This is completely different to the other visual novels I played, like Euphoria or Wonderful Everyday, where the characters, although they do have their personalities, because it's to do with a lot of delusions and whatnot and stuff like that, you never really get a full grasp of their life outside of it. So you don't feel fully connected to them because some of those characters aren't real, or they are, but they're not actual people. And it gets very convoluted where they don't feel like just person in reality. And with Higurashi, that's exactly what it does differently. Characters feel like actual people you could meet. And so that makes the story feel less like a grand thinking of, whoa, what is all this crazy stuff? It feels like an actual real life tale of people who've gone through stuff. And that helps as well through the background CGs on the original version, with it all being actual places and pictures of actual places. So that's my experience with Higurashi, really. And my sudden revelation I had like 2 days ago, that not all visual novels or not all things have to have some grand, crazy ending that makes you have to think of other questions and whatnot, or all that stuff. It doesn't have to have a bigger picture or message that it talks about. It just sometimes is best to just be a game about friends and trying to help your friends and spend time with your friends and just have a good time. That is what Higurashi is about. And in a way, Higurashi works as a franchise. Unlike some of those other visual novels I was talking about, Higurashi, you want to see those characters again, you want to see them in different scenarios. So the mangas present that to you, the animes present that to you with different twists and turns on the stories. They give you more of that character that you like, but in a different scenario. And with the other visual novels I've played, you can't really get that. You can to an extent, but it wouldn't feel the same way. So that's my little ramble. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's my first video in a long time, but you know, actual proper video, or video essay if you want to call it. Whoa, but you know, there you go. A little post-editing me that I forgot to say, but I'll also probably be doing a video on Euphoria later, so look forward to that. But anyway, that's why I think Higurashi is cool. Bye bye!